Hey guys, long time no see. I put off talking about the Ethan and Trisha thing, the last thing. Y'all remember the one where she stormed off the set for the 50,000th time, and her and Ethan were fighting online about fucking 5%, and how he took 5%, and how she was a partner in this podcast when no, she wasn't. And all of that shit, I put off talking about that because that was bullshit. It was such bullshit. Who cares? There are people dying. There's people dying, Cam. Yeah, so I put that off, and of course now we have this situation, and I need to talk about this specific one because it's irking me. This woman. Okay, so if you don't know, there's this YouTuber called Mysterious. She is doing a video series on Trisha and all the lies she has said over the years using past videos of her early videos of Trisha's YouTube channel, all of that stuff where she spotted off on things, and the book apparently that she wrote, a book that was apparently the realest, rawest, most honest book I've ever read. That one. So she took those two things and she compared what she said versus all the things that she has come out and lied about, right? And so now we have this incident that came from the series about her lying about a teacher that she used to have touching her inappropriately. And apparently it was kind of true but not true. And people are calling her out on it. But she doesn't like talking about it. If you don't know, she had this breakdown, a day ago? Screaming and crying, basically blaming Evelyn and Gila for all of this shit coming out on her when it's not even their fault, because people on Reddit are asking her to talk about the incident with the teacher that she claims happened, and she won't. And so she had this email, this Twitter exchange or this text exchange with Ethan and Gila. And Ethan was like, well, you gotta clarify this thing you said about the teacher. Don't tell me what to do. There it is right there. That's all you need to know. Trisha is the kind of person, she's a talker, alright? We call them talkers. They talk all day long. She's the kind of person, she seems to be the kind of kid that would just spout off of the mouth, just talk, stream of consciousness, and that's it. And she's the kind of person who does that. She has this stream of consciousnesses, and she'll just talk and say 50,000 things, and she doesn't want to be called out on certain things. Like if you catch her saying, what? A teacher touched you? What? No. But then, she doesn't want you to acknowledge that she says specific things because she just wants to talk them. She just wants to say them. Not whether they're true, whether they're not, whether she's making up. It's not about her making it up. It's about her just saying it, just to say it. And that's really what it comes down to. She wants to say what she wants to say, get it all out, just spit it out, whether it happened or not, doesn't matter, whether she's lying or not, it doesn't matter. She just wants to say, talk, say everything she wants to say, stream of consciousness, and have people go, oh, okay, and not acknowledge any specific things that she says, because it's not about specific things. This incident that she talks about with the teacher, whether it happened or not, which I believe that she was, I believe that she was touched when she was younger. They present in a feminine, what we consider to be a feminine way, because she has massive breasts, because let's face it, she's not a member of the itty bitty titty community. Okay? She's not like me, who doesn't really have a lot of boobs. I don't have a lot of going on in the boob department, as you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. She's massive, okay? So she has a tendency to wear things that tend to come off as extremely provocative. She wears a normal tank top because her boobs are so big, her cleavage is just there. And and when she dresses up in any kind of what is considered feminine outfit, whether she's portraying Marilyn Monroe, or she's just dressing as any female character like Cleopatra or whatever, because her boobs are so small, she tends to sexualize the outfit. And I have a feeling that because her boobs are so big, she tends to equate presenting female as presenting sexual. Now, there's a Reddit post that came out about a person who knows somebody who went to school with Trisha. And the person who went to school with Trisha apparently says that this is Trisha. This is just who she is. She's extremely sexual. She constantly was hitting on specific male teachers. She was throwing herself out there. She was constantly adjusting her cleavage. She was constantly trying to ask them, could you adjust my bra strap? She was constantly just throwing herself sexually at specific male teachers. And that says to me, based on what her behavior is saying, that she seems to have some issues from childhood regarding men. She tends to equate male attention in terms of, I need men to validate me, but only sexually. Because that's it in terms of male attention. It's never about normal interactions. Why do you think she was constantly, when she was on the Frenemies podcast, apparently, because I didn't watch it, I don't watch podcasts, I don't do that. Podcasts are not my thing. But when she was on there, apparently she's constantly hitting on Ethan because she wants men to want to have sex with her because she thinks that that's what it means to be female and to be liked. And that's not what femininity, and not even like societally femininity, just being female, presenting at all in general. To me, that's not what it means to be a girl. That's not what it means to be a girl. Just because you have breasts doesn't mean that that's all there is to being female. Like that's it. That's it. So you're constantly centering around. And you don't wear just sexual outfits just because they're there. You wear a tank top, it becomes sexual because it just is. It becomes provocative because your boobs are huge. You can't get away from it. But if you have big boobs, don't you just wear normal clothes? And it's not about, because I have big boobs, I have to be sexual. Have to. That's it. That's what it means. That's what having big boobs means. Constantly wear, and that's not what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I may not have big boobs, but I know that regular people wear regular clothes. It's not about constantly presenting in a very extremely provocatively sexual way, because and I get when she wears tank tops and loca, but she wears extremely provocative clothes when she presents female. Influencers have a tendency to constantly want to think that about selling sex, because sex sells. And I get that sex is one of the greatest marketing ploys humans ever created. That's why that's why campaigns for any kind of product constantly if they have a female, she's constantly sexual. She's constantly presenting in a sexual way. Not because she wants to be, but because the writers of the campaign want sex to be the selling point of their product. That's how marketing works. It sucks that it works. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always be that. Not every campaign uses sex to sell their products. I mean, Geico, the insurance company, uses a little CGI gecko. Little animal, he stands on hind legs, he's a little English, gecko thing. That's not sexual, but there are certain products that use sex to sell. And I get that sex sells. In our society, that's just how it works. But that's not the be-all and end-all to brand marketing. She has a tendency to want to brand herself not necessarily like Anna Nicole Smith, because she does come across as kind of Anna Nicole Smith-like. Because Anna Nicole was, may she rest in peace, was a former stripper. So all she knows is selling herself sexually, because that's all she became known as. She was the guest model who was known for being very, very like Marilyn Monroe. She looked almost exactly like Marilyn Monroe. And in the campaigns in the 90s and 2000s when she was doing it, that was the point. They were trying to convey Marilyn Monroe, that kind of sexuality. And I get that kind of sexuality is very societally not appropriate, but like that's what society tends to equate with sexual. But not like pornographic sexual, just like seductively sexual. Because we remember Trisha Paytas put out a video early on teaching people how to seduce their teachers. Why was that a thing? I get that's a thing, the Lolita effect. But why was she doing that? Like, what was the purpose of it? I know to teach people, to do, but why? What need would 19-year-old girls want to seduce their favorite science teacher? Why? What? Go to college and meet some guy on the football team. Like, seduce him. Like, it's this idea that older men are so, sought after, and it's dumb. It's dumb, it's inappropriate, and was stupid at the time, but that's what she did. And all of this stuff is coming back to haunt her. And she's getting called on it, especially the story she put out, which she didn't even go into detail, she just spouted off, and then she made some kind of TikTok saying it's true, you can look it up. Did you not expect people to look it up? People did. And when you Google it, I was going to drink it eventually. I need to, apparently. But when you Google, I think Byron, Illinois, and the name of the teacher. Okay, yeah, so we have Charlie Winey, which is apparently the teacher. And it's an obituary. The first thing that pops up is an obituary. And I'm not going to show you the picture. He died in 2019. Let's see. He had all kind. He was apparently a coach at Loras College in Dubuque, Iowa. And they got all kinds of records. They got into the NCAA regionals at the time, which is awesome because the NCAA is awesome. It's big. Let's see. What about his time in Trisha's school? Yeah. It doesn't really say what high school he taught at. He seems to have been only in college. So I don't understand. He seems to only have taught in college? Yeah, let's see. He was at Loras College. He graduated from Cardinal. I think this is the teacher she was talking about, this Mr. Viney. Sterling, Illinois. But, I don't understand. It doesn't mention anything about being a teacher in Illinois. South Beloit High School, Byron High School. I don't understand. Byron Middle School, okay. So we'll go back and we'll look at Byron, Illinois Middle School. Mr. Viney. Alright, so there's a John Byron Sherlock in Alexandria, Virginia, which, by the way, is right outside D.C. So it's that area. Sorry if you can't see me, but I mean, when can you ever? My phone is being charged. Yes, there was a middle school teacher who was charged with child porn, but it wasn't Charles Viney. And this Viney guy's obituary comes up, but again, there's also a Wheeling middle school teacher. Byron Middle School. There's a thing for Byron Middle School. Yeah. I'm not getting that this is the person that she's talking about. I don't think this was the one she's talking about. I legit don't think that he was actually at her school. That's just because from what I can Google right here, right now, and if you want to do more, if you want to dive deep, if you're watching this at this point, and you kind of want to dive deeper into this Mr. Riney at the middle school, more than I just did, you can, and you post, if you want to put it in the comments, you can. Engagement, please engage, yeah. But I don't think that the teacher that she's talking about, the Mr. Riney that she's talking about, was the teacher that she's talking about. Because nowhere in the obituary does it say that he was a beloved middle school teacher at Pentatonic Middle School, Byron Middle School. It just says Byron High School. It was one of the high schools that he taught at. Byron High School. It doesn't say anything about him being at Byron Middle School, and that's possible that I just didn't mention it. But I don't understand which Mr. Riney she's talking about. I think she just Googled Byron, Illinois Middle School because she wanted to look up, see if she can make a story out of it, and saw his obituary and jumped on it. That's what I'm thinking. And it doesn't mean that she wasn't touched, because she possibly was touched by a teacher. But I'm not buying it. And of course, then you have, we're going to talk about her stupid, let's see if I can play it.
If someone asks you to stop talking, I'm just stop talking.
I know you can't see the text, but
they won't stop. And it's not because they believe in whatever. It's literally just because they have a hatred.
of course, the second people saw that outburst, I'm going to call it that. I don't know if you can see that her Twitter page is private now or protected. Yeah. And it's still protected to this day. Let's see what else I can do.
I just so wish, but no one deserves this. If someone asks you to stop talking, I'm just stop talking.
Again, what does this have to do with Ethan and Gila? Why? Because it was their subreddit? It wasn't their subreddit. It was just a subreddit that was created for fans of the H3 podcast. Probably has nothing to do with them. They probably don't even know how to do a subreddit. They're old. Yeah. She wants to blame them because she wants to blame them. She just wants to because she wants everybody to be on her side and against them because they're the ones that she happens to be fighting with now. I'm going to say that. They're the ones that she's fighting with now. So she's going to blame the people she's fighting with. Notice how when her and Jason broke up, she started blaming David. Why? Because she was fighting with David at the time. She hated David at the time. People that she hates, she tends to blame. Gabby, she tends to blame. And I get that Gabby might trigger her. Gabby Hanna triggers everybody, apparently. Gabby Hanna is Gabby Hanna. But, I mean, that's what she does. She blames somebody else, and she wants to blame them because she wants people to believe, and she wants to believe that is all their fault. This has to be about them. Yeah. Also, think about it. Believe all victims, but don't. Because apparently Moses is having allegations against him for SA. Oh, but no, you can't believe all victims. No, she's lying. Oh, but I thought believe all victims. No, just her. So it's not all victims. No, it is. It's all victims, like me and everybody who is me. And no, she's lying because she has to be lying because No, she just has to. See, she wants the girl to be lying. She wants everybody to think that person is lying because that person is affecting her. How? Because it's affecting Moses. Moses is, and it's affecting her happy life. And her just getting to do whatever the hell she wants to do and say whatever the hell she wants to do, and Moses wants to do whatever the hell she wants to do, and people are ruining that for her and just not, letting her be and live the life and create the narrative she wants to create and say the things she wants to say and not acknowledge it and just be over here. And everybody's like trying to show things in her face, and she's like, but no, but that I don't want to have to acknowledge that. She doesn't want to have to do anything that she doesn't want to have to do. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Happy people do not destroy other people's happiness, okay? No, this young lady is not trying to destroy Trisha's happiness. She's being a victim. She's saying she's a victim of someone that Trisha knows, that Trisha loves and wants to have a relationship with. Not because she's in love with Moses. She may have feelings for Moses, but it's all because this is ruining her plan to ruin Ethan and Gila. Not successfully, just in general. She's trying to stick it to Ethan and Gila because she hates them so much. And this woman is coming in and trying to ruin her plans of trying to stick it with Moses and Gila. No, you're not allowed to accuse him of something because that would affect his life, and then I cannot use him to ruin Ethan and Gila. No. They have to be ruined. I have to ruin them because I just have to. It's not about whether she hates them or not. It's just because she wants to ruin them just because she wants to ruin them. Because she doesn't like them. Because Ethan has always criticized her for things and never let her get away with things. And she doesn't like that. And that's why this breakdown exists. She's getting called out for stuff and she doesn't want to have to get called out on stuff because she just wants to say what she wants to say and have that be it. Yeah. Happy people don't ruin other people's happiness. If Trisha was truly happy in her existence, in their existence, if she was, then she would not care that Hila's pregnant again. She'd be happy for Hila. Oh, yay, you're having a new baby. Oh, that's wonderful. That's great for you. Congratulations. But no, because she has to ruin them. She has to feed sorrow so she can feel better about herself and be more successful than them. And that's why this breakdown exists. Because she's getting caught and being called out and she doesn't want to get called out and she's blaming it on them. I don't have sympathy for her. I don't feel bad because she's trying so hard to squeeze those tears out and they're not coming out because, well, she's not actually crying. She's not distraught. And I saw one video of some person talking about this. I don't know who the YouTuber was that talked about it. But one commenter said, camera's awful steady. Because, yeah, if she's so distraught and so shaken as she is, you would notice that the camera was actually shaking and vibrating in a little bit. She would actually be shaking as she held the camera and No, she's not. She's holding the camera and if you were to see the behind the scenes, and I can't breathe. That's literally what she looks like she's doing. If you were to see behind the scenes footage of her, that's what she's doing. So yeah, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying anything. She's getting what she's coming to her. And, okay, yeah, she may have been touched when she was little. That's bad. She should have never been touched. But to lie on someone who's dead, or make up a story about someone who may not even have been a teacher at that school, because from what I can find, he never taught at that school. Now he may have, but based on the obituary, he was never even at that school. So I don't know. That's all I got to say. That's all I have on it. So I guess I'll see you when I see you. Bye.